Hi there, folks.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
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 Hi. Hello out there to all our adoring fans of Cloud8. I am Sam Hughes, of course. I'm Josh Barber.
Rebecca Keeves.
Dean Sheridan.
Julia.
Sophie.
Kit McGuire.
John Ellis Benton.
Lucy McDonald.
My first show with Cloud8 was Zachariah Sheldon. I played Josephine. My hair was long back then.
I think it was 2014 we did Hear the People Sing.
With regards to what my first show was, well, it was the very first show, Hear the People Sing, which was done at the old Cooperative Theatre in Wykin.
The first show I did with Cloud8 was same as most other people's, Hear the People Sing.
The first show that I was a part of was called Hear the People Sing. My first show with Cloud8 was back in 2014, and it was called Do You Hear the People Sing?
If you closed your eyes, you could hear the people sing. If you kept them open, you could see the people sing.
I think that's now online on our YouTube channel.
Anyway.
I did my first show in October 2018, and my first show was Stage on Screen.
What part did you play?
My first show was Zachariah Sheldon, all the way back in 2016 it was. Blooming hell, that's a long time ago now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
My first show with Cloud8 was Cradle of the Cruel Mistress, and I played Jacob.
I've been part of Cloud8 since 2015. My first show was Zachariah Sheldon,
Hello, darkness,
which we did at the Attic Theatre.
How did I get involved? I started the company. I bought this on all of us. I bought it on all of you. I can only apologise.
Well, I've known Bojo for many, many years now. We actually performed in college together, and then at the Edinburgh Fringe.
miles away to go home.
One day he messaged years later and said, I wrote a play and I wrote this part and I wrote it based around kind of you, and I really want you to say yes. So obviously I was over the moon about that, and said yes, of course.
I got involved because I worked with Sam and John. I was assistant director on Frankenstein. Then I acted as well. They invited me along to audition for Zachariah Sheldon. I sang, and the fools let me do it.
I got involved because my husband was part of the company. He's now my husband, he wasn't at the time. We were together, and my friend Bojo was sent a message around about auditions, and we thought it would be fun, so we got involved together. Dean is now running the company with Bojo, so very much involved from that perspective.
I got involved through John Ellis Benton.
I can only apologise.
Who is a friend of mine. He's a very dear friend of mine. Don't tell him I said that. I went to college with him.
I got involved with Cloud8. I went to school with Bojo.
I can only apologise.
And we've been friends since year 7.
Went to Edinburgh with John Ellis Benton, or Sophie Ellis Baxter, depending on what he's going by. And we went to Edinburgh together. We became good friends. We had a lot of things in common, and he said, I want to put a show together with this company I'm creating.
The way I got involved with Cloud8 was my partner was the director of Cloud8 Theatre Company. He said that he thought it might be interesting to interpret some dance into their concerts as well as singing, and I knew what a great group of people they were, so I was thrilled when he asked if I wanted to join.
I said, do you want a hand? You know, I'd love to join the theatre company. I've got shows and stuff I want to put on. I'd love to put them on through this and then help you out. We'll work together. And ever since then, we've worked together. Him, great. Me, his carer.
I got involved because some of the founding members were in another group with me. So we met through the Wheatsheaf Players and then they created Cloud8.
My favourite show so far has to be Songs of the Silver Screen. It had some really, really good songs in.
Songs of the Silver Screen, because the first concert, Hear the People Sing, was so fun and everyone enjoyed it. And I think we brought that element of fun back.
Ooh. Songs of the Silver Screen was really good. That was brilliant.
Brought that element of fun back into it when we did the new concert. We all enjoyed it. It's a very simple thing to do, put on a concert.
I enjoyed that. It was a really good fun.
My favourite show so far is really hard because they're all brilliant and they've all been a lot of fun. But I think it's probably fair to say that very first show will always hold a very special place in my heart.
My favourite show, I think, was that first one. It was so much fun to do something on stage that I had never done before. Usually I'm just dancing, so it was really, really nice to be singing, but as part of a group, so you've got that confidence, you've got that backup, because that's not my strongest point, and there are some amazing singers in there. So they, really give you that confidence to do your bit and get involved and feel part of it, and it was really, really special. When we did Master of the House, I sang that with my now husband, who played the part of Thénardier.
Everybody raise your glass! Yeah! Raise up the glass!
I would say Last Night Out. It was so fun and funny and great writing, great twist.
Cradle, by far, it was just an awesome experience. It was great to perform in the attic in Stratford, even if the World Cup was going on at the same time.
It is Kieran Trippier. It is delicious!
Songs of the Silver Screen, because that was just a really good music choice and I heard a lot of good feedback from it.
I loved doing the acting shows, but we always just have so much fun when we do the concerts. The concerts are just a massive laugh.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Gaston, looking so down in the dumps.
Everyone that comes to watch them and everyone who's actually in them, it's just some of the best nights of the year for me.
I would have to say Zachariah Sheldon. I loved that show. I liked it because I just got to be in it. Didn't have to do anything. I got to be a bad guy, which I'm good at. And I got to sing a bit, which I enjoy doing.
What was your most challenging moment with Cloud8? Every moment with Cloud8.
Filming Last Supper. So we filmed it in March in this abbey with no heating and a lot of stones. And I was playing Seri, who is in quite a skimpy outfit.
Last Supper, roll 2, scene 2, take 9.
And I was frozen. We took breaks between scenes to warm me up.
Come on, I'm cold to the touch.
Warm me up. So that was great.
The film was quite challenging because of having to break it up, do different scenes, different places. Sometimes people were there, sometimes people weren't there. It wasn't the same flow as doing the stage version of Last Supper.
Every moment is challenging, but I wouldn't change any of it.
The 2 one-act plays we did in Stratford-upon-Avon, I was mainly in the second one, but I came on very briefly at the end of the first one. And because I was on at the very end, I would let the boys get ready and go on first before I started to get ready. So the play had already started, I was curling my hair and the curler broke and my hair was stuck in it. And Sam and I
Hello, darkness.
were in the changing rooms trying to get it out. We could hear the play progressing, we knew it was coming up, and we thought we were going to have to just cut it off. We did eventually just about manage to get it off, and then I had to go down. The way the theatre works, you had to go down round the outside of the building and back up to come on ready for my entrance. So that was certainly the most stressful part, challenging in a different way to what we would normally expect being in the theatre.
That first time I had to open my mouth on my own and make words come out. I had done, small speaking parts on stage before, but never sung.
My most challenging moment within Cloud8, I would say, is the dancing. I do enjoy it. It's not something I do all the time, and sometimes it can be quite challenging and frustrating.
The most challenging moment with Cloud8 was probably when we did Zachariah Sheldon, having all the pig blood on my face, because after that point I literally could not see, and it was, oh, is there any chance you can run through this very small corridor up to the other side of the stage to then come on and do a bow after you've sang a song? No, I can't see. I am blind.
My most challenging moment with Cloud8 would 100% be trying to keep a straight face during scenes, because we have so many in-jokes that happen throughout rehearsals, and people that are in the shows are just absolutely hilarious, so it would be trying to keep a straight face, especially through like serious scenes.
When I did one of my solos to two of the members singing, I've never actually danced to people singing. I've normally done the dance to the proper soundtrack, and it was amazing how different it was.
Probably just learning all the sodding words with Zachariah, because I was playing the narrator, saying literally every sodding thing, because Mark had written this massive poem that I had to learn for it, and blooming hell, making sure I got everything sodding right, because nah.
Let's ask some other questions.
What's your most touching memory with regards to Cloud8?
Not many people have touched me.
Reuniting after that many years, actually, and meeting up with the gang again, and getting to see where they are, and just going back to normal, like it just straight back to how we used to be, and that was really, really nice.
When the curtains closed on the last night of Hear the People Sing, the first show, and everyone else had scattered off backstage to sort of self-congratulate, as everyone does after a show, and I was just sort of stood there like, Jesus, I've actually put on a show. And Dave Weeks was there as well, and he waited till everyone had gone before he gave me a big hug, and he was like, yeah, you did it, and that felt good.
Dunno. As I say, I think making the friends that I have, that people who I'd never really thought would have hanged out with me. That was a really bad way of phrasing it. I'm going to start that one again, mate. Just get rid of this.
Probably the first pub crawl, I think. I think that was at Christmas, and it was. There's a huge sense of camaraderie within the group, but it was really lovely to spend time with everyone outside of the rehearsal room, and from a personal point of view, I find it really hard to feel part of a group of people, any group of people, and I really did that night, so that was a really lovely moment for me.
It's got to be.
I'll fool myself, she'll walk right in, and as the long, long nights begin.
Because that was fantastic. It was a beautiful moment because of what had just happened recently to him, and everybody was quite emotional, I'd say. Yeah.
Would have to be the end of the shows, when we see everybody standing up, cheering, clapping. They get involved throughout the show, and at the end when we take the last bow as a whole company, gets me quite teary. It's quite emotional. So yeah, that's definitely my most touching moments with Cloud8.
I'm going to go with filming Last Supper again. So I got Arms of the Angels stuck in my head, and I started singing it, and then I got everyone to sing it. And it was literally just behind every time we stopped, when we restarted takes, we were just all singing Arms of the Angels. It's just me and Dean in different parts of the song in different keys. If I watch any videos from behind the scenes, it's all, alright, yeah, let's reset, okay. In the arms of the angels fly forward. For 3 days. That was a laugh.
Performed My Way at one of the concerts. And I don't know, there was just something about when we sang that song, I think everyone in the room felt it as well. It was just magic. It was brilliant. We had such a good night that night, and that was towards the end of the show, that was just the icing on the cake for it. It was just brilliant.
So me and Bojo got to do a duet to one of the songs in the concert. Never did I think I'd end up dancing with him on stage, so that was pretty fun.
Emotionally, dancing with my wife. I don't dance because I can't. And we danced to was it Your Song from Moulin Rouge, sang by Joshua Barber, who is a very talented singer.
There have been so many moments where people have had their ups and downs within the company, personal dramas and kind of problems to overcome, but I think, you know, there's always been that feeling of support and camaraderie, and it's going into rehearsals when you've had a pretty tough time and coming out with a smile on your face is pretty special.
Who really stands out for you in the company? Me.
Each and every one has brought their own little thing to it. Not everyone brings everything, because not everyone can do everything, myself included.
Sam is fantastic. Sam gives his all to absolutely everything. He is a really, really well-respected member of the company. He is hilarious. He is really talented. And above all else, I don't know anybody that can look as good whilst wearing fake legs and really big sunglasses. He is a supermodel in making.
Bojo stands out to me in the company because he makes everybody laugh, he makes everybody feel comfortable, he goes at the pace where everybody is going at, and he's just so easygoing and easy to work with, and he produces some really good stuff out of you, so that's good.
Dean. I'm going to say Dean. I mean, everyone's great, but I've worked with Dean a lot, and you know, he sings, he acts, he writes, he's a multiple threat. I mean, he was really mean to me on stage as my husband, but he was acting, so I guess it's okay.
That's really difficult because it's a hugely talented group of people on a real spectrum and addressing a lot of different areas.
Everyone that was in Cradle of a Cruel Mystery, which is the last acting show Cloud8 did, all of them were fantastic, brilliant to work with. Everyone in Zachariah as well, and the Matter of Life and Death, all fantastic.
I mean, we've got Lucy, who's got just the most outstanding voice. You've got Dean and John, who are both very talented writers, singers, actors, all-rounders, save for dancing. You've got Sophie, who excels at dancing and choreography.
I think as a whole company, I think everybody stands out because everybody's so different. Everybody's voices are different. I think we work really well together. So I think everybody stands out within the company.
For the singing, it's got to be Lucy. I mean, Lucy has got the most amazing voice to listen to and to be able to sing on stage with her is just another level of awesomeness.
I think I'd have to say that Dean always springs to mind as one of the most exceptional writers and performers.
You've got Lucy and her incredible voice. You've got Sam, who always brings the energy, just brings it all the time. He's absolutely brilliant. The only issue with Sam is that we have to bring the subtitle machine to cut through the Bromlish, but other than that, he's fantastic. Katie is always on it, always helps us because we're lazy quite a lot, and she always picks up the slack. Yeah, she's like the mothering character. Gillies is like the father character, just giving us hugs.
We've been asked to talk about who stands out in the company, which is really difficult because there are so many talented performers. And also I should probably say my husband, who is absolutely incredible and blows me away every time he sings.
And every breath that we drew was hallelujah.
There's so many people who work their socks off and give it their all, and I wouldn't like to say anybody in particular because it's just full of wonderful people who are very talented.
My wife and Beth, I mean, they stand out because we wouldn't get to rehearsals if they didn't give us a lift, and therefore shows just wouldn't exist.
Sam travels a long way, so he makes a great effort. Katie is on the ball when she's directing, she's getting people in line. Same with Rebecca, she keeps people in line. Then you've got Beth Crowder, Sophie Sheridan, who come up with all the amazing dances that we can never ever pull off because none of us can dance. Dean has got some kind of warped mind.
Cloud8, Cloud8.
Which comes out with some of the best stories that we do, like the Last Supper film. Gilly's voice. He's like the big daddy, cuddly daddy of the group. Leon brings in all the tech side and gives us support that way. Josh, voice. Everyone brings something, whether it's the same thing, whether it's unique. Everyone brings something that adds to the magic.
I think there's two people that stand out to me the most in Cloud8. The first one's got to be Bojo for being the director. He is so passionate and dedicated to just everything he does in regards to the company, and it's just lovely to see someone have that much passion and dedication. But I think also Sam Hughes, it's clear that he absolutely loves what he does and he just puts his all into everything, and I think the audience absolutely adore that.
Always look on the bright side of life.
There's only one person that really I've got to thank that I think is fantastic, and he's going to absolutely kill me for saying it. He's going to be so embarrassed, but me. I'm brilliant. So thank you. Thank you, me.
Favourite moment during a show or rehearsal? That has to probably be the fact that it's just a laugh, and it's just time together to be creative, and just, yeah, it's just such good fun. I absolutely love it.
I'm going to go back to Zachariah Sheldon. So it was first time a musical had been put on. I don't know how many people have performed in the attic, but it's a smaller space. And we'd had the first couple of shows kind of small audiences, but a good reception. People really enjoyed it. And then on the Saturday night, it was packed. That's not hundreds of people, that's like 90 people. But it was still like everyone was crammed in. And we got to the end of the first song, and the audience applauded. And we hadn't had applause at the end of the songs yet. And it was just really... It was electric from that moment. We all, like, we went backstage because it was the ensemble number, the first number. And we went backstage and we were all like, they're clapping. And from that moment on, it was just everything had a little bit of extra energy and snap.
During rehearsals, whenever we did Let's Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, because when we had those sticks, that, I don't think it ever went right. Mainly because it was either you would hit somebody else, or somebody would hit you, or I would drop them. I was great at dropping them. Because, I don't know if you know anything about me, put a stick in my hand, I'll pretend I'm a Jedi. And it really didn't go well.
Oh, I think it was at the end of the last night at Zachariah Sheldon when, my mother had seen us put on a concert before, but this was a full-on show, set, costumes, cast, acting, singing, dancing a little bit. And we were all doing the bows at the end, and my mum was in floods of tears. I think that was well cool. I was just like, lol.
In Zachariah Sheldon. And it was probably one of the darkest moments in the show. It was just before I did a solo, and I just married a young woman, paid to marry a young woman. It was set in ye olden times, 1995. And I brought her home, and it starts off like quite nice, except for she's like not very happy about being married to me. She didn't really want to. I get a bit upset about that, and it gets very dark. And the scene, every time we did it, you could cut the tension. And every time I'd say it, it was like really, really horrible things coming out of my mouth. In fact, my own wife didn't even come and see the show because she didn't want to see me like that.
There was a moment where we were standing at the side of the stage, and there was a particularly good song being sung on stage, and we were stood in the wings, and there was a few of us dancing about and just being a bit silly and having a laugh. And that was just one of those moments where I just felt completely, at home and in such a positive place. And aside from that, there was a duet that me and Dean did. One of our first duets that we danced together on stage was probably one of my favourite moments as well, because I really enjoy doing that.
It would have to be when I was able to do a solo and dedicate it to my partner Bojo. That was special, and I really enjoyed making it. It was really fun.
My favourite moment, I probably shouldn't say this one, although I suspect I won't be the only person who says this.
Tell you what, there is one more moment that has to be mentioned.
Is when John fell over on stage.
Not beating Bojo to death when he fell over in my show.
And I'm expecting you to add the clip in, mate.
Because it was just hilarious. Having choked on a pie earlier.
Falling flat on his ass at the end of one of our concerts.
It will go down in Cloud8 history as one of the funniest moments.
And then he just walks off stage because he's so upset with himself. It was brilliant.
What would you like to see Cloud8 do in the future? Lots of things. I'd say one thing I really like about Cloud8 is the amount of new writing you put on. We put on, I should say. Am I still involved? And I think it would be really great to continue doing that. So, like, I know doing things like Sherlock Holmes and the musical nights, they're all really fun and great, and they get audiences in. But not many companies are showcasing new writing. And especially from people who wouldn't otherwise get their work on stage. Just because, it's really hard to get your work on stage. And I think that's just really, really great to see new voices, new talent, inspire people to keep writing.
I would like to see Cloud8 take a performance up to Edinburgh Fringe, and hopefully me go along with them.
I'd like to see Cloud8 do a full-length musical.
A musical.
I'd love to see them put together a musical.
The talent is there, and it would just be a spectacular thing to see, albeit that there would be a lot of work that needs to go into that. But I think that would be a really good thing to do next.
More concerts. I always have so many people asking me when are the next concerts because they just love it, and they always say it's such a great and fun night out.
Put on bigger, grander shows. Not just a 3-walled black box set. It'd be nice to have big cast like a whole company, have bigger sets, but the quality can't change.
I think I would like them to perform in space. I believe that would be fantastic. No one's performed in space yet. And I think, Cloud, while we're a bit closer to space.
I think really the main one at the minute is getting Sherlock off the ground. Sherlock is a show that we've currently had 2 performance dates had to be cancelled because of unforeseen circumstances. So once we get the Sherlock shows up and running, that's going to be so good for us.
I love a concert. Concerts are great, but I really am excited to see Sherlock Holmes. I think it's going to be fantastic. Also, I know a lot of the people in it are really, really excited, and they've really given a lot to it. So if everybody could come and watch it, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.
So yeah, thank you.
Everyone stay safe.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
See you, chickadees.
I'm not even going to try anymore, mate, because this is really awkward for me. All right.
Thanks very much. Hope to see you at the next show. Bye.